traveling to Vietnam last year. Several photos from Facebook appeared, and then I shared with just a number. The 1 year ago, and then the photos are very impressive. The fishy and the food, uh, fish food, and also fishing pond. And luckily, I can remember where I traveled with my friend, and we've been to Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, and then we met friends there and who enjoy paddleboard. And luckily, we uh, sent messages together, and then he uh, did a tour north area near the Laos, and then he came back to Ho Chi Minh City, and then he was supposed to travel to his farmland, dragon farm, dragon fruit farm. Dragon fruit farm is located at the Phan Thiết. Very impressive. When I traveled by the train in Vietnam, and I saw the last of the rice at night, I realized that, and it was dragon fruits, and planted by ripening at night, and then dragon fruits can grow up, and then the fruits will be ripe, and then so many farming area. It's very wide, it's so impressive with the lights and at the farmland with the dragon palm tree. And then he bought the farmland and then with his mother and then his neighbor. And when we started to go, and then uh, and then he drove to the new highway from Ho Chi Minh City to Phan Thiết. And then when we through, we could see the love tree, and we could see the Long An International Airport, where still being built there. And then he drove to the place, and then we decided to visit their land. So and then we visited his farmland, and then while we were driving to the mountainside, there was a reservoir, and also we could see the big truck. The trucks was uh, logistic for the dragon fruit. And then, we met the local fishermen and who using the net, and we visited the local fisherman house, and we saw he caught some fish. We came to the his farmland, and then we opened the door, and the dogs came out, and then um, very grateful to meet their um, owner, and then Mr. Tan, and also there was a worker who care of dragon farmland and on the fishing farm, and then with my friend, and then we looked around at the area, and also it was lunchtime, so and then the local fisherman brought some fishes, some unique fishes, and then I don't know the name, but the fish looked like um, the in Korea, and fish look like mm, lakfish in the fresh water. So, and that's unique. I can have, and then his mother cook, and then for fishing and grilled fishing, and we could some drink some beer, and then we were invited to have lunch together, and it was delicious. And then we did some beer, and then we had lunch, and it was good time. And then after having lunch, we drink some tea, and then we went to the fish farm, and then the fish was brought to the Mekong River, the where the his parents live in the near. And then he told about the whole history. And then we climbed up to the um, tree, little tree house, small tree house, and then where's the hammock? And then we stay and then look down to the reservoir. And then with my friend, and then we brought some fishing gear. So and then it was chance to we could fishing at the near the reservoir. So and then he was my friend, Vietnamese friend, was afraid of we were not supposed to stay there because we were foreigner in Vietnam. So and then he took us to the Phan Thiết, the city area. We drove together there. It was the moment of the day that the friends found Dragon Palm House. Um, Now I have a good memory here. Then this is maybe uh, this is the story of food, and I don't know the name of fish. It looks like um, some freshwater fish in Korea. This one is a very delicious one. It looks like in Korea. mm, what is it? Rockfish, freshwater rockfish. And this one is look like a mango, but not rare. I don't know. And then this is for food, and then having some vegetable, egg, and fruits, and grilled fish, tiger beer. It was a good time, really. And this was the fish farm. Okay, so now I'm going to get some. I wrote a story with my uh, voice. And I go back to here. I can make a story about travel in Vietnam. In English, make a story about travel in Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City to Phan Thiết. There was dragon fruits farming and sea farm. My friend and then we had a good time and cooking for lunch with his mother cooked for us. We could fishing and near we could see stay less than 3 hours and looking down the reservoir. After fruit leading with the way to write and then with a story. If I have a good pronunciation and good memory, I can write about some impressive story here. and then I can get some story. See, this is from write about memory. Um, my memory is not perfect, so 70% okay, but 30% not here. Translating to Korean and Vietnamese about okay. So I have summary of story. Go back to yeah. Private story from Ho Chi Minh City to Phan Thiết. Dragon fruit farm, fishing, and a day out of the last year, I traveled in Vietnam from Ho Chi Minh City to Phan Thiết. Recently, some photos from Facebook appeared again. It reminded me that 1 year had already passed, yet the memories still fresh and unforgettable. Those photos were meaningful, full of food, friends, farming, and the peaceful life of the countryside. The journey begins. My friend and I took the new highways from Ho Chi Minh City toward Atlantic. Along the way, we saw long stretch of farmland, the future Long Tan International Airport under construction, rows of tall rubber trees, and then wide open blue skies. As we drove farther, the landscape changed. Mountain appeared in the distance, and then we started seeing something glowing in the dark. Thousands of dragon fruit palms lit up at night. The white looked like stars scattered across the ground. The moment was so impressive. I realized how massive the dragon fruit industry truly is in Vietnam. My friend told me that this was his hometown area and his family owned a dragon fruit farm. Suddenly, the trip became even more exciting. Arriving at the farm, when we arrived, his family dog went out to greet us, full of excitement. His mother welcomed us kindly, and even though it wasn't my first time there, I felt like I was visiting my own home. Nearby, we met one of the neighbor, our local fishermen who had just returned from the reservoir. He showed us the fish he had caught using nets. Some of the fish were unique fish I had never seen before, something like Korean with gajina, or eel-like fish. He invited us to visit his simple home by the water, and we watched him prepare the fish he had caught. It was such an authentic local experience, a home-cooked lunch to remember. My friend's mother cooked lunch for all of us. Grilled fish fresh from the reservoir, seafood, vegetable from the garden, and cold beer. The food was simple but incredibly delicious. Flavors of real Vietnamese countryside cooking. We sat together, talked, laughed, and ate like we were family. That moment felt warm, peaceful, and unforgettable. Exploring the reservoir and the tree house. After lunch, we walked toward the reservoir on a small hill beside it. There was a tree house, a simple wooden hut built high above the ground. We climbed up and looked down at the scenery. The quiet world of the reservoir. The dragon fruit field stretches far into distance. The mountains surrounding the area. The bridge was cool. The breeze was cool, and the view felt like a painting. We sat there, drank tea, and talked about life. Later, we took our fishing gear and tried fishing near the reservoir. Even though we were foreigners, the local welcome was kindly. My friend joked that we might not be allowed to stay too long in the area, but everything went smoothly. Meeting an old friend. While we were in Phuket, something surprising happened. I remember another friend living in a nearby city So we sent him a message. He had just returned from a long motorbike trip near the Laos border and happened to be back in the area. We met him again, and after a year, out like great. The end of a perfect day. As the day ended, we drove through the countryside again, passing small houses, dragon fruit fields, peaceful villages. The sun was setting behind the mountain, coloring the sky pink and orange. The entire day, fishing, cooking with friends, and meeting, of course, exploring the reservoir, climbing the tree house, and reconnecting with the old friends became one of the most meaningful travel memories of my life. Vietnam, especially Phan Thiết, has a way making you feel at home, even if you are far from your own. Okay.